Trell, the game he had, kind of got back to maybe that alpha dog mentality a bit. Yeah, I mean, was he at his healthiest? Is that kind of why we saw what we saw?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was his health. He's feeling really good right now. Kind of battled some things earlier in the season, and honestly, it's just a testament to his hard work. He's been putting a lot of good things on tape in terms of other things other than the pass game, and it was good to see him come to fruition on Friday night. Have him have a couple touchdowns, some success.
With the way that teams are now just selling out against Ashton, and what we're seeing with the passing game, like, at what point do they have to go back the other direction, or how tough are you guys making this on defenses to have to pick what they want to do?
Yeah, hopefully we're making it really hard on them, right? And that's kind of the whole reason why we're doing what we're doing. And if we can have a good balanced attack with the run and the pass, and each have complementary football, I think that makes us a really, really dangerous offense. We just got to continue to build on it, and whatever the defense is trying to take away, we got to go exploit the other thing, and we got to go make plays when either the ball's on the ground or the ball's in the air for our offense.
With the passing game, and I guess with Maddux in particular, I mean, there was so much tension all offseason, whatever, on the QB battle, whatever, and early in the season, like one incomplete pass, people would say, oh, they got to switch. Just with what you guys are seeing now, what everyone's seeing these last couple of games, before what you guys have seen the whole time, I guess how gratifying it is to see this passing game and see him in particular doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm super happy for Mad Dog. I mean, he's playing at a really, really high level right now, but we also know there's still a lot of room to grow across the board in the pass game. And as an offense, we got to continue to grow, and that's been the message all week of what can we get better at this week, because we need to. This is a growth season. We can't be staying stagnant. And all the little details of our pass game and the run game and our screen game and all those things that go into this, we got to take it up a whole new level. And so, as much as we're proud of those guys, the message this week is like we got to get better.
You've been in this position, like, where, hey, the only thing that's stopping us is us. We went out. We know what the light at the end of the tunnel is. Do you draw on any of those experiences as a player when you talk to your receivers? And if so, kind of what the mindset is this time of year with that in front of you?
I don't know if I draw anything back to when I was a player. I think it's just who a lot of us as a staff are on a day-to-day basis. And it doesn't matter if it's July 4th. This is how we're going to go operate. We're going to go be our best that given day. And that's been the message consistently since the start of winter conditioning last January. And our teams really embodied that mentality of this day by day, brick by brick. We got to continue to improve. We got to continue to do your job and do with the physical, mental kind of mentality of we're going to be the most dominant team. And our team's done that the last couple of weeks, and we got to continue to grow that mentality of being dominant.
Matt, each of the last 2 weeks, you asked Dirk about a couple specific plays in a game, and he quickly brought up your name and gave you credit for suggesting him, saying you saw something or whatnot. How does your guys' I guess connection as offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach continue to kind of grow, and what's that like?
Yeah, I think it's just a tremendous opportunity to be able to work with Coach Koetter on a day-to-day basis. We spent a lot of time together. There's a lot of conversations that happen, Sunday through Friday leading up to game day. And at the end of the day, Coach Koetter is the one calling plays, and that's a hard job to have at times. And sometimes when you need a suggestion or something, sometimes it's a bad suggestion too, because I've been on the other side of it where I've been a bad suggestion and those plays don't work. And he's the ones taking the credit for those bad plays too. So I appreciate him giving some credit. But at the end of the day, that's Coach Koetter, and I'm just trying to be a little bit of a sponge and a little bit of help for him on game days, because it's a stressful situation to be in those shoes.
I can't remember the exact situation off the top of my head. I swear one of them was more kind of in the moment maybe though, but like when does that communication usually happen? How does it happen? Yeah,
sometimes it could be a timeout. Sometimes it's one of those long, drawn-out, TV timeouts that we have, and sometimes it's that 40 to 30 seconds on that play clock. It's got to happen quick, because at the end of the day, like, I can't be talking when the play call is getting called, and so it's going to be a quick suggestion, and then we're moving on. And sometimes that's at halftime adjustments. And there's a lot of communication that happens throughout the course of the game, and we have to be really efficient and effective with our communication too.
Does the play selection, like we're talking about loading the box, is it as simple? I mean, does Maddux have like a run pass option based on how many guys are within 3 feet of the line?
Yeah, there's certain play calls that we can adjust certain things off of. Don't want to give away all the secrets of kind of our offense, but Maddux does have a really good feel of what we're trying to accomplish as an offense, and we're giving him more and more responsibility to put us in the right situation, right play call, and he's done a really nice job of that.
With Prince, I mean, there was so much kind of hype and talk about him coming into the season. First couple games, he wasn't really that involved. I mean, how did he kind of stay with it and not get, too, at least publicly, mad or upset about not being involved? And now that he's obviously becoming a huge part of the offense.
Yeah, I think that's just something early in the season. You know, we talked about it earlier with you guys. We were struggling in the pass game. We had to get better, and it started with me putting those guys in better situations and coaching them better. And Prince has done a really nice job of taking the coaching. His preparation level's gone up. He's up in this facility early in the morning. He stays late at night. He's watching that film, and the fruits of his labors are coming to life with his production on game days. And his best football is still in front of him. So I'm excited to see him continue to grow. Continue to work at it because we're going to need him to be his best here in the next few weeks.
I know it's about the team and all that, but Dirk had referenced earlier in the season, like a couple guys probably weren't happy with their lack of targets or balls or whatever. I mean, now that it's kind of evened out a little bit, I guess. I mean, I know winning is the ultimate goal, but how nice is it, I guess, that those guys kind of stuck with it and now they are seeing the results?
Yeah, I think, everybody wants the ball, right? Like, that's just the nature of this beast. And I liked it that way other than the other way. You want guys to have the ball in their hands. And I think they have embodied that team first mentality where it is like everybody's going to get a little piece of the puzzle, a little piece of the pie, but we can't get frustrated with it because the only stat that really matters at the end of the day is how many points we have on that scoreboard, and it's better be one more than our opponent. And our guys have really embodied that mentality.
What was it like for you watching the trail the other night? I mean, like you have been banged up throughout your career, and how much you can control when it comes to that stuff. And he gets hurt, and he doesn't score a touchdown for 2 years, and he scores 3 1/2. Like, just as a coach, I've seen him go through everything. What was it kind of like just watching touchdown after touchdown after touchdown?
Proud of him, right? Proud of him because he's been through a whole lot, and for all the fruits of his labors to come to life and at home and make a few plays, I mean, super proud of him because he's been through a lot. Really resilient kid, and I love that guy. So to see him have success, yeah, I was fired up for him.
Matt, you've been a part of this program for a long time, and Nevada has been a part of this relationship for a long time. And this might be the last time they ever come here. And after next year, there's no guarantees. Just the emotional thought of what Nevada means to you. The series, the rivalry, the passion.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a big game, and we were a part of a couple of those games that were battles, right? They're going to bring everything they got. I know we're going to bring everything we got, and it's going to be a bloody knuckle fight for 4 quarters. And I think that's what this game's all about. It's a fight for 60 minutes, and they're a physical team. We're a physical team. They got good players. We got good players, and that's year in, year out in the series that we're playing against Nevada. And so it's fun for our guys to go experience one of these type of games where it's going to be a 4-quarter, bare knuckle fight.
With they're talking about loading the box, and I'm assuming that maybe Ashton's teammates take it a little more personal than maybe some of the coaches or whatever. But Latrell was telling us yesterday, he feels like some of these game plans aren't even so much to beat the Broncos as it is to prevent Ashton from winning the Heisman. And they're putting 8-9 guys in the box. What would your reaction to that be, Matt?
I think Ashton's a really good player, and you gotta stop him. And one of the ways you can do that is load the box. The other side of that, so you load the box, obviously you're more susceptible to the pass. And so that's just going to be the fine line that teams are going to be playing against of what do you want to stop? You want to stop our pass game, or do you want to stop the run game? We're going to try to stop both. You're going to kind of live on that double-sided sword right there. And so that's where it's going to be fun for us of figuring out what the plan of that defense is on a week-to-week basis and having that play or that plan kind of one step ahead of what they're doing, so it puts our guys in the best position to be successful.